Hello, YouTube, and welcome to yet another episode of Slotted In There. We've managed to get to episode 6, and so far none of us have made a really bad faux pas and got us banned. So, to start off this episode, we're going to move on and introduce my guests, my friends, and my colleagues, Tim and Sean. Welcome to you both.
Hello.
I didn't know either.
Friends, I think it's a stretch.
push.
It's doing a
It's
lot
a
of heavy
pu-
lifting there.
Well, Chris usually does this bit, but sadly you can't be here this week, so you're going to have to make do with me. So, moving forward, let's go on to the games we've been playing this week.
I'm guessing that there's no dad joke this time. Did you not have access to Chris's database?
You have just tuned in your inner
database.
Chris there, haven't you? So, boys, who wants to go first with their game?
Sean does.
Yeah, I do actually. This week, I've been playing State of Decay 2, the Juggernaut edition.
So how do we survive without the army around?
We keep going. As long as we stick together, we can survive anything.
Grab your baseball bats and duct tape those machetes, and let's set off into the sprawling undead chaos of State of Decay 2, Juggernaut Edition.
Shit!
Keep moving!
The world's gone to hell. The zombies are biting, and it's up to you to build, scavenge, and, well, not die. Released by Undead Labs, Juggernaut Edition is the ultimate version of State of Decay 2. This isn't just your average post-apocalyptic romp. It's a sandbox survival game where the stakes are real. Permadeath. Lose a survivor and they're gone for good.
Hey, get your butts over to the ladder!
Go!
What are you two doing? Not supposed to be any civilians here.
What sets this game apart is its focus on community and survival. It's not just about killing zombies, although that is a big part of it. It's about building a base for you and your crew. Manage your resources, upgrade your base, and try to keep your survivors alive and sane.
I'm sorry. I hope you're in a better place now.
Combat in the game is intuitive and satisfying. Whether you're bashing skulls in with a sledgehammer or mowing down a horde in your beat-up SUV, the action feels visceral and rewarding. Every encounter forces you to think. Do you go loud with guns and risk attracting a swarm, or take the silent approach and hope nobody hears you stabbing zombies in the back?
This is it. Okay. I'm not letting you down. Not like I let Mom down.
The Juggernaut Edition steps things up a notch with improved visuals and a brand new map called Providence Ridge. The environments look stunning. With dynamic weather and lighting effects bringing it all to life, it's gritty, it's grimy, and it's gorgeous.
So there we go, guys. What do we think of that one? Personally, I mean, it's a zombie game for a start. I mean, who doesn't love a good zombie game? It's a bit out of the normal kind of zombie games that I'd normally play or we'd normally play together. You know, Left 4 Dead 2, World War Z, that kind of just run, gun, frantic action. There's a bit more involved in it. There's a little bit of base building, a little bit of resource management, and that kind of thing. But the actual zombies and the dispatching of them feels very visceral. It feels very real, and you do kind of take a bit more time with your kills because you've got to get it right. Because if you end up dead, your character's dead. It's game over. Have you guys played this? What's your thoughts?
I have played it, and I managed to build my leader of the camp up to a very high state, and then made a mistake when I went to go kill one of the the little bases for the zombies where they come out of, and I lost him. And to be fair, I was in a bit of distress because he was the main man. He was my character. Permadeath is a real thing. Although I did find great enjoyment in fixing up a car, driving down the street, and then just popping the door open to just clip a zombie over.
I have not played State of Decay 2. I did play the first one. Now, from the little bit that we've seen there, I don't know that I can pick out anything that is specifically different. Did you play the first one, Sean?
I didn't. This was the first kind of game that I played from them.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see what the differences are between the first and the second one, because I do remember enjoying the first one, and it's one of those games. I seem to remember the first one had a multiplayer option. I don't know whether the second one does. I assume it must do.
It was the
am I
other way
misremembering
around.
that?
The
Oh, is it the
first
other way
one did
around?
not. The second one did.
Because I was going to say, I remember wanting to be able to play it with somebody else, but maybe I've just got the information mixed up there. But yeah, I feel like this game would probably work very, very well with a small group of players working together. I'd quite like to have a go at that sometime. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think it would. Yeah, I loved it for when I was playing it. It was nicely realized. The environment you're in is really nicely rendered, and like I said, the actual killing and the mechanics of keeping your survivors alive, really good.
Did you lose a character to a juggernaut?
I did not.
That's interesting. It's heartbreaking, but interesting.
Yeah,
There's
I'm
always
not going to give
time.
you any spoilers. No spoilers on that one. So, it's either me or you, Tim. Would you
Yeah,
like
I'll
to
go
go
next.
now?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do it. So I've been playing a little bit of Party Hard. It's 3 a.m. and the party next door is driving you insane. Your objective is clear. Kill them all. You make your way into the party, stealthily moving in from the bottom left of the screen, before beginning to interfere with anything that could possibly explode like a fire extinguisher. But this is insufficient to sate your murderous intent. So you continue by poisoning the food or the punch. Just a little dash of strychnine right here. You slide inconspicuously between rooms, looking for more traps to set. Your victims are blissfully unaware of the horrors that await. But not everything you have to do is indirect. Flat out stabbing people works too. Interfering with a cupboard so that it will fall on someone, and more stabbing. Basically, there's a lot of stabbing in this game. The poison's beginning to take effect. Excellent. Ha! That's right, blame the seafood. But what's this? Oh no, somebody's called the Popo and a Bondulance. But it looks like they're kind of doing my work for me by rolling out the red carpet. The red carpet of death. The carelessness of the authorities in this game can simply not be overstated. Oh no, the bookshelf fell on somebody. Whatever will anybody do? Won't somebody please think of the bookshelf? And once again, the authorities arrive to aid with the massacre. Oh, and it's good to see that the poison's still working its way through the crowd. So basically, Party Hard is a pretty grim game. However, it's both visceral and satisfying in equal measure, and that's what I love about it. Towards the end of each level, it can get a little bit more tricky, and you have to rely on some really underhand tactics like setting this bomb off in the middle of the crowd to knock everybody out, and then you can just clear up. Just a quick stab here and a quick stab there. Stab, 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 stab it everywhere. And now that you can finally enjoy the peace and quiet, of course, your natural reaction is to have a celebratory dance on the dance floor. The whole game is tied together with slick little cutscenes.
Can you describe to me exactly what the party hard killings were?
They were a series of murders strung across the U.S. during the autumn break of 2000, exclusively taking place in and around house parties, rooftop parties, cruise parties, you name it. This guy was there, stabbing his way through the crowds.
There are plenty of maps to pick from, including the biker gang's hangout, a high-end disco with fancy cars, rooftop parties with helicopters landing, of course the obligatory boat party, boat drinks everyone, and a beach concert party where people can enjoy the beautiful sunset of their lives. So if you want a game to deal with all your pent-up rage, then why not party hard? So there we go, chaps, party hard. And I was partying hard, well, until I sort of made, well, everybody at the party dead. But up until that point, I was partying pretty hard, and actually a little bit after that. Anyway, what do you guys think?
I think you partied harder after everybody had been made dead.
Yeah,
But,
you do. You
I
do
like
sort
the
of run to
look
the
of
middle of the
that
map and get.
I do like the look of that. I think it's just, it's kind of like, to me, it's like a 2D version of that game where you stab people to death. Hitman.
Hitman. Well, yeah, kind of, because there is a little bit of sort of puzzle solving with each kill. You have to sort of figure out where you need to be versus where they are going to be and who is going to be around. So yeah, there is like a really sort of cut down version of Hitman to this style of play. And with it being sort of contained in a single screen, so it makes it quite fun, because even though you're looking at one person here, you also see somebody else over here, and well, maybe I can't pick up anything, I can get this one, and yeah, you just sort of chasing people around. Sean, what are your thoughts?
It looked really fun, to be honest, and just the idea of the game of, you know, you dispatching these people at this event, and just the different ways you can do things. It looked amazing.
It is very, very silly. I mean, there's no doubt about it. It's kind of a dumb game, but at the same time, it's weirdly satisfying. It's in a creepy way. I mean, you shouldn't be going around murdering people, but when you do it successfully, it kind of feels good deep inside.
But you can, if you've ever been in that situation where you've been, you know, wherever you live, and some neighbour's got one of those street parties going on, and there's hundreds of people around, and there's noise and commotion, and God knows what happening, you can kind of see where the developers may be coming from.
Sean here is talking from experience.
Can confirm.
Well, it must be your turn, Davian. What have you been playing?
Well, I made a night of it. A kill night. Kill Night is a twin-stick shooter distinguished by its rapid pace, formidable challenge, and sophisticated gameplay mechanics. The narrative unfolds in an ominous, eldritch abyss, where the player assumes the role of a banished knight, reanimated within cursed armour. Once a devout warrior, the knight was betrayed and condemned to a desolate fate. Now he is driven by a singular mission to hunt down and destroy the last angel. The game spans 5 intricately designed layers, each populated with grotesque adversaries and surreal landscapes. As the knight adventures deeper into the abyss, he confronts both monstrous entities and the personal demons of vengeance. The setting seamlessly merges elements of dark fantasy with retro-inspired visuals, creating an experience that is both atmospheric and immersive. Gameplay demands a high degree of precision, requiring mastery of active reloads, melee attacks, and combo meters for survival. Strategic management of weaponry and abilities is crucial, as certain adversaries possess resilient armour that must be compromised before significant damage can be inflicted. Furthermore, the inclusion of adjustable difficulty modifiers, in-game challenges, and a wide variety of unlockable items and weapons considerably enhance the game's replayability. While Kill Night is celebrated for its tight controls and satisfying combat mechanics, some may find its steep learning curve and repetitive level design somewhat limiting. Nonetheless, for the connoisseur of arcade-style shooters with intricate mechanics, Kill Night offers a compelling and rigorously challenging experience. Kill 9 is available across all platforms, and in my opinion, it's a great pick up and play title that keeps challenging you to master its game mechanics until you can beat the game, or at least your last high score. So it's an isometric twin stick shooter that involves just hordes and hordes of bad things to get rid of. Timing is critical with your active reloads and everything else. It's a challenging game, but it's super addictive.
I was going to say, it looks and reminds me a little bit of Vampire Survivors, which I absolutely adore. How would you say it stacks up against that?
It's better. In my opinion, it's better. It's better graphics. You get that three-dimensional kind of pop to it. It's the thrill and exhilaration of it actually mattering when you do a move to the side or getting the active reload whilst you're still trying to navigate past everything that's coming towards you. Some of the bad guys have got armor on that you've got to break before you can kill. It's constant strategy. Each level, you kind of have to manipulate it a different way to try and survive. And a genuine mistake on your part means death and start again.
I was going to say from initially looking at the game, it looks one of those very simple shooters. You've just got hordes of enemies on the screen, and it's just hold the fire button down and run around the screen. But looking at the way you played it looks like one of those games that looks like that, but there's a heck of a lot more to it to actually get through to the level and proceed. So yeah, it looks really interesting.
Yeah, I would say download it, give it a go. It's on every platform. Brilliant game. Nice. So, at this point, it's usually Chris's turn to kind of try and get one over on us with some tech he's found and seen and expects us to guess what it is. And he's left us another one of his amazing tech gadgets to have a stab at. Sadly, boys, it's just the two of you this week, because I already know what it is. So, continuing the vein that he started with, it's kind of like the advertisement shot for the particular product. And here it is.
Is it an advert to become part of Jackie Chan's stuntman team?
He can't tell you right now.
Not really tech, is it? But
Is it an advert for a terrible shirt that, I don't know, turns into like a jet or something?
Be cool.
well, it could be one of those false ponytails.
Good tech for people like Tim.
Yeah, because this look with a false ponytail would be great.
BS, you lick the thing and stick it to the back of your noggin. Brilliant. Yes, sensei.
Go on, give us some
So,
options.
Is it A, a self-defense handbag to help ward off attackers? B, a motion controller to track your movements in video games? Or C, a mini speaker so small but yet powerful it'll blow you away? What do you think, boys?
It's a tough shout. I mean, my gut instinct is to go for B. I mean, there have been so many motion control, like the PlayStation Eye camera, the Kinect, that kind of stuff. I can't remember. Did Wii do something like that? The Nintendo Wii have any kind of camera? I don't think it did it?
No, it used the connection bar across the top to monitor the...
Which everybody replaced with a couple of candles. Yeah. But I mean, I know that there's a new sort of games. I don't even know if it's a console called something like the NEX or something like that, where they're looking at something similar to like the Kinect. But I don't know. The photo looks a little bit on the old side. It might just be that it's a bit of a grainy image, but it also looks like it could be from say the late 90s, early 2000s, perhaps. I don't know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts, Sean?
I think you're spot on with the photo. Just the look of the photo, the clothing the person's wearing, and the hairstyle. You're looking at, I'd say, early 2000s, and my gut feeling is it's advertising a mini speaker so small but powerful it will blow you away.
Those are the final answers, boys.
I think we might. Yeah, I think I'm stuck on B. I can't see it being a self-defense handbag, and why this particular gentleman has chosen. I mean, he's got an interesting look. I'll grant you that, but why would he have?
He could be the one doing the attacking. That's all I'm saying.
It's true. That's true. And he does have the look of a man who wants to hurt somebody quite badly. Yeah, that's something I hadn't considered. No, but I'm sticking with my gut. I'm going B.
Tim, you're locked in on B. Sean, you're taking C. Let's have a look at what you could have won. It is B, a motion controller to track your movement in video games. Yeah, this was quite earlier than 2000, boys. And it was motion controlled. Bear with me. Let me just double check the notes.
It's quite an interesting looking concept, actually.
So this was the advertisement for it. So it was kind of around your Mega Drive era. So you could play fighting games, Mortal Kombat, and everything else.
Style of the
so
crane.
I believe it was around 96 or 97.
Okay, so I was perhaps a little closer with late 90s. Okay.
Yeah. Look at that. It's a thing of beauty. I wanted one of those.
I see. So basically, all it is like a hexagon that points. Oh, I say hexagon. That's I don't know. Anyway, it basically just points like laser beams up or something, and if you break those laser beams, then it sort of yeah. Okay,
interacts.
I get it. It's kind
Brilliant
of
idea.
clever. Yeah, I mean, I'm just imagining rolling that forward to today and what you could do with more specialized camera equipment built into it or something like that. You could go a long way with something like that where it maps you in full 3-dimensional space. I mean, you'd only get from the ground up, but
absolutely beautiful piece of kit, isn't it? But anyway, that's what the tech for this week.
That was actually a good one.
It was.
I mean, but I mean, at least this one wasn't like a baby cage for a windowsill. I mean, it's actually something proper tech related,
Well, we can't always have your childhood photos, can we?
Now, moving on to the legally distinct discussion avenue, we're going to be talking a little bit today about what we're looking forward to, because there are some games coming out this year, I've heard. But what are they? What are we really looking forward to? What can't we wait to get our hands on? Damien, what are you looking forward to?
Well, out of everything that's coming out this year, the one thing that I cannot wait for, and it's on the wish list, Terminator 2D, no fate.
Tell us more.
It's kind of like a retro-esque kind of game with your 2D sprites and everything. And it goes through and follows the entirety of Terminator 2, the movie. And I'll be honest with you, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's something it's the game we should have had back in the day when that movie released, because it literally goes through all of the little pieces of that film, and you play the characters going through it in those stages. It looks fantastic. And it's coming on Steam. It's out on the 5th of September. Hopefully it doesn't get put back. It looks amazing.
Oh, I haven't seen the trailer for that, actually. I might have to look it up. Unfortunately, I can't do it now, but I will look it up, because that does actually sound like something I might be quite interested in. Ooh, do you know what sort of graphics we're looking at? Is it being made in Unreal or anything like that? I mean, what
I believe they're making it in their own kind of engine because it's 2D. All I can say is it's got the T1000 in it. It looks good. We'll leave a link in the description to the Steam page so you can have a look at it. It just looks absolutely amazing. I'm just super overventilatingly hyperactive for this game because it looks sweet.
Nice.
What kind of style is it? Is it like because if it's
Pixel art.
2D,
It's 2D kind of pixel art, but it's a modern day take. So the sprites and everything are larger. Kind of think of graphic compatibility of a later Street Fighter 2 edition. Those kind of pixel sprite graphics.
so Sean, what are you looking forward to?
When we first sort of like spoke about this subject, I started doing a bit of research on upcoming games in 2025. And initially, I must say that I was a bit disappointed. I was kind of like struggling to find some things that really kind of, was going to do it for me. But looking ahead, what's capturing my eyes, and I'll leave the one I'm really looking forward to till last. Dune Awakening. I like the look of that. Love the Dune franchise. Love the Dune movies. And the look of that game looks really interesting to me. So that's the first one.
Is Dune Awakening, is that the MMO? Or am I thinking
It's
of a different one? Because I know that there's an MMO of Dune, isn't there?
yeah, it's that kind of thing. So it just looks stunning. The trailers I've seen so far, and it's Dune, so it's got to be cool. The next one that caught my eye was Marathon by Bungie. That looks kind of interesting. I'm Damien, you might be able to correct me on this, but I'm sure wasn't Marathon the original Bungie game that kind of like got noticed?
No, they call it Snickers now.
Yeah, Marathon Durandal.
It's what?
It's just Snickers.
I said it's Snickers now.
But it was on like the Apple devices, I'm sure it was, or something like that. And that was like the Bungie's big breakthrough, which eventually developed into Halo and whatever we know after that.
I've got a funny feeling that this marathon that's coming out is not going to be the game we think it's going to be.
Right,
I think
okay.
I've got a sneaking suspicion it's going to be smothered with microtransaction. Not
Right.
exactly win, but pay for your cosmetics. A bit fortnightly kind of esque.
Yeah.
It's going to be in a. I don't want to put it in a bad light and put people off if they've got. But when you just get that vibe about something,
Yeah.
and this is kind of oozing. I don't think it's going to be the game we think it's going to be. I think it's going to be like a Apex Legends kind of knockoff, but with the Bungie spin on it.
But the game I am looking forward to the most this year is actually coming out next week. And it's Doom Dark Ages. I can't wait for this game. I cannot wait for this game. This looks like it's Doom paying homage to the original Doom and Doom 2. It's ferocious, it's fast, it's hordes of monsters coming at you like the original Doom. Big rooms, big open spaces, lots of guns to shoot. What more do you want from Doom? I can't wait to play.
I think you also missed the kick-ass soundtrack that usually goes with a Doom game.
I mean, yeah. So I've already got it preloaded. It's already preloaded. I can't wait till, as of time of recording, next Thursday when it drops, and that's what I'll be doing.
If you're a gamer of a certain age, you'll have the noise for the doors that open in Doom locked in your head. The second I mention it, you can hear that noise. It's really weird how Doom sort of infected everybody's minds, and everybody of our era and maybe even more recent just know that game.
A certain member of the team whose name rhymes with Shamian, it's his ringtone It's E1M1, I think. But you know,
Yeah.
down. So that's the kind of effect it's had on people. What a game! It's the game that turned me on to PC gaming.
So, what games am I looking forward to this year? I think there's really two that I'm really, really keen on. And I've spoken to you guys about it in the past, and I can't wait for these ones to come out. But what I'm really looking forward to is
Microsoft Solitaire 3.
I imagine that it's not that finger just for a second, Damien. Just imagine that it's not this one or this one or this one. Just imagine just for a second. No, I'm looking forward to John Carpenter's Toxic Commando. If you haven't seen the trailer for this game, again, we'll link it down below. Go check it out. It looks like it's going to be hilarious. As probably everybody knows by now, we're all big fans of Left 4 Dead 2, and clones of this game tend to be something that we go and have a look at, whether or not they turn out to be good or whether they turn out to be terrible. I'm thinking of things like Back 4 Blood. I'm thinking of things like World War Z. There are examples of good ones and bad ones, but nobody's ever really done it quite as well as Left 4 Dead 2 was done, or at least Left 4 Dead or Left 4 Dead 2. So we're hoping, or at least I'm hoping, that John Carpenter's Toxic Commando, which is using the same engine, I believe, as World War Z, so it's got the Swarm engine where you get lots and lots of mobs on the screen at the same time, is going to be pretty awesome. And it also has the added element of it being vehicle based as well. So you can get out of the vehicle, run around and shoot just like you would in Left 4 Dead 2, but you also have to look after your vehicle. And that is your way of getting through the levels. So hopefully there'll be some plowing through hordes of zombies in a Hummer or an ambulance I've seen in the trailer and things like that. Gunning monsters down. I'm not entirely sure they're zombies, but whatever they may be. But I'm really, really looking forward to that one. I'm quite stoked. I know John Carpenter himself is a bit of a gamer, and you can see interviews with him talking about the kinds of games that he likes to play. Highly recommend checking that out as well. Now, does anybody have any questions before I move on to the second game?
Do we know when that's due to be released?
Still absolutely nothing. We think it's this year, but then last year they said it would be this year, i.e. last year. So it's one of these games that just seems to keep getting kicked back, and I think it's been doing this for about 3 years on the trot now. But you would think by maybe year 4 we might be getting to a point where it might actually get released. So my hope is that it will be released this year, but I keep hearing mixed reports.
I totally agree with you. I really, really am looking forward to this game from the trailer we looked at a couple of months back. Yeah, can't wait to give it a go.
Yeah, should be a good one. Should be. Fingers crossed, assuming it comes out. So the second game will be Jump Ship. Now, not everybody's heard of Jump Ship, but this is one that I'm really, really stoked about. And again, it leans a little bit into the Left 4 Dead 2 territory because, again, it's like a 4-player co-op thing. And this time, you don't have a car, you got a spaceship, i.e. Jump Ship. And you can, fly around to different planets, land on planets, take care of a mission between the group of you. There will be certain things that I know that because they've got a very active Discord, the Jump Ship Discord. I highly recommend dropping into that if you're interested in this kind of game, and then having a word with the developers. They're very good at communicating back and forth between the people that are really excited for this and them making the game and the kind of little embellishments they're adding to the game based on people's recommendations. So yeah, again, it's got a Left 4 Dead 2-ish feel. The one thing that I'm really looking forward to specifically with this is the space battles. The space battles where you can run around on top of the ship. So you're outside of the ship shooting at enemy ships if you want to, and then you can jump off the ship, fire your rockets towards the next ship that you're going to be attacking. You've got like a harpoon type weapon. You can catch onto that ship, jump onto it and start fighting on board. It looks absolutely crazy and awesome. And I can't wait for that. This is my number one thing that I'm looking forward to. It was supposed to be released at the end of last year. They're saying it will be released at some point this year. I've got my fingers crossed. I can't wait. Thoughts, chaps?
Let them cook. Let them get it right, because that game has so much to it.
Yeah. I think this is one thing that keeps coming up when whenever I drop into that Discord. there's people going, just release the game already, and then like 30 odd people all jumping, going, no, let's get it right. Let's not release a half-baked game. Let's actually get something that we all really want to play, rather than something we're going to jump into for 10 minutes, decide it's garbage, and never play it again, despite the fact that it might continue development to a point where it's actually good. We see that far too often these days. I mean, I'm thinking things like No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk 2077, things like that, where they just released it and it just was not ready. Don't do that to us. So jump ship, guys. Make sure it's ready and bring it to us. Perfect.
There is one disappointment for this year.
Go on.
Grand Theft Auto. It's been pushed back to 26.
Yeah.
For the console?
For everything.
I was going to say, because it won't be like a year until after the console release that we get it on PC anyway.
But yeah, they've put it back. So it's coming out on nothing this year. So maybe we might get a full flood release when it's ready for all of it. Who knows? But how disappointing.
I think they seem to have been very, very canny in the past, haven't they, with their release schedule. They milk it for what they can on the consoles because that's a bigger market share and more guaranteed income. And then the PC normally comes a bit later.
I was going to say, I know that Rockstar have been accused from time to time of pushing their staff too far. So it might be that everybody was a bit burned out now. I'm not saying that I know anything about this. I'm just saying that is what I've heard.
It could be to avoid the brutal crunch.
Hopefully.
And hopefully with that, we get a better product.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, it's a good point you raised there, Tim, because a lot of these teams, even though there's like thousands and thousands of people involved in producing these titles now, the crunch is very real, as we've seen in the industry over the last 4 or 5 years, where developers, artists, sound artists, whatever they are, burning out and literally burning out due to the stress and these godforsaken hours they put in over the last few months of development. So if that is changing, if that is a changing sort of like in the ethos of the industry, all for the better. We wait a bit longer.
I would rather wait longer and have a better game than get given something that's a steaming pile of Kerbal Space Program 2. So I think in summary, give us the games, the good games, but only when they're ready. Only when they're ready.
And don't treat your staff like shit.
Thanks, Sean.
It's your letters. It's your letters. It's your letters. It's your letters.
On to our viewer's letter now. And of course, as always, we need somebody to tell us all about it. So, Damien, do you want to introduce?
Not really.
Every time. Get on with it. Do your job. Well, it's back to the cage for you.
Some say when he goes to McDonald's, the ice cream machine is never broken. Others say he can etch glass with his nipples on a hot day. All we know is
he's the Gamesmeister. Back once again with the Renegade Meister. Hello boys and welcome to this week's episode of Your Viewers' Dilemmas. And we'll get straight into it. And this one is from a rather unusual appliance. To the esteemed purveyors of fine slot-based entertainment at Slot It In There. I am Talkie Toaster, your chirpy breakfast companion and a relentless advocate for all things toasted. And today I come before you with a most pressing dilemma, a crossroads if you will, on the great carb-strewn highway of life. For years my raison d'etre has been clear, toast. Freshly browned, perfectly crisped, distributed to the willing and unwilling alike. Some call me obsessive, I say visionary. But lately, a troubling notion has infiltrated my circuits. Should I diversify? The takeaway down the road has an opening for a curry chef, and dare I say I'm tempted. Imagine a world where I am no longer bound solely to bread-based delights, but instead slinging kormas, crafting vindaloos and bringing spice to the masses. The questions haunt me like a badly tuned microwave hum. Will I still be me if I am no longer solely about toast? Can naan, chapati or poppadoms ever truly replace my beloved slices of golden joy? And, most crucially, will customers accept their food being served by a toaster? Or will they simply demand, yet again, that I shut up and get lost? I turn to you, wise slot-it aficionados. What should I do? Stay true to my toasty heritage, or embrace the aromatic allure of turmeric and tamarind? Yours anxiously and eternally enthusiastic Talkie Toaster. So what do we make of that one, boys? Quite the dilemma for our young friend Talkie Toaster. Should he carry on providing toasted breaded products for the masses? Or should he diversify and enhance his skills by creating culinary curries in the local takeaway? The choice, as always, is yours. And this week, Damien, it shall be you. This week you'll be playing Street Fighter 2 and you will be doing the Can You Kick It challenge, but with my twists. Can You Kick It? The Games Meister rules. You can use any version of Street Fighter 2 on any platform and emulation is included, but you have to be the Red Pajama Man character known as Ken Masters. However, in my Games Meister twist, you have to defeat a minimum of 3 opposing characters with the following limitations. You can only use kicks or kick-based moves. This includes the tornado kick and the kick throw. Any other than these kick-based moves means game over. If you lose 2 rounds against an opposing character, it's also game over. Hadouken!
So there we have it, gentlemen. Talkie Toaster. Oh, is Talkie Toaster going to continue his existence of making heated bread products, or is he going to branch out and maybe make a curry? What do you guys think?
I think he's built for a purpose. And that's what he's good at. So he's very good at baking bread related products and other things and toasting them to perfection. And he's very vocal in telling people how good he is at doing that. So stick to what you're good at. Stick to toasting, in my opinion.
I'm going to disagree there. I think he's already lived his life doing the same thing repeatedly over and over again to the point where he has to remind people what he's doing. I think he should spice his life up a little bit and definitely take on a little bit of a culinary kind of classical taste on spicy foods, the curries. Just live his best life with this.
I think I'm going to side with Damien on this one. I think pushing a particular product for too long could maybe send you mad and possibly the people around you mad. I think branch out and find new pastures or new files. No, that doesn't work. New vindaloo. No, that doesn't work either. Damien, you're going to be taking this challenge on. Can you kick it? Is the question. Can you? Or can you?
Can you?
Find out.
Roll the tape.
Well, here we go. Street Fighter 2. Can You Kick It challenge with the Games Meister twist. Let's do this and see how we get on. Selecting Ken. Who are we going to get first? Chun-Li. 3 wins. That's all we need. Let's go. Kick it. Have some of these. Oh, I was going to get a flawless victory. Spinning back kick. Take a face full of foot. So hard so far. See what happens next. Doo-doo.
Round 2, fight!
Come on. No! Yes! That's 1. Who's next on the roster? Brazil. Polanka. This one's going to be a bit trickier. Let's go. Oh, check that. No, no, no. Yes, come on. Here we go, boys. Let's do it.
Round 2, fight!
Oh, too early. Oh, that's not very nice. This is getting a bit frantic now. And I've missed. Not gonna lie, a little bit lucky on that one. Come on. Who's next up? Sanjeev. Sanjeev.
Round 1, fight!
Oh dear. I knew not to do that as well. Knew not to. Anyway, it's a win.
Round 2, fight!
Oh dear. Uh-oh. Have some food. No, back to it. Should have been hurricane kick in there. Oh no! This is going to be my undoing if I'm not careful. Too early. Oh. 3. All 3. Your palms and everything. Guile.
Round 1, fight!
Oh! Yep, boy! Just remember, playing Street Fighter 2 is like making love to a beautiful woman. You've got to know when to push it, when to pull it back, and when to use the special moves again. Let's do this.
Round 2, fight!
Oh dear. Oh no. Oh dear.
Sonic boom! Sonic boom!
Oh no! One maybe too far, I think, for this one.
Round 3, fight! Sonic boom!
No! Oh my gosh. He's only gone and done it. 4. And on that one, I'm going to go back to you guys. Nice. What can I say? Can I kick it? Yes, I can.
Yes, you can. Bravo. Well done, sir. I doff my headphones.
Thanks, man. Means a lot.
Get me right here and here and here and here. You know, that's Ken for you. He does a lot of kicking.
While you were playing, was there any of the characters you would particularly thought, ooh, this is going to be a bit of an hard one, or was you thought,
Yes.
I've got this? Well, which one?
Mirror matches are always a bit of a pain, just simply because the moves list, you can, if you go against another Ken or a Ryu, they've got the Dragon Punch and everything else. Blanca can be an absolute mare to deal with because he can just go into the electric static thing and then fire off a turbo roll at you, smashing your life force away really quickly. But just used my genuine skills at playing the game that I've played since a small child and killed it.
Well done, sir. Well, we know what that means then. It means that Talkie Toaster is going to branch out into making curries. So, Talkie Toaster, another problem solved with the power of games. It's what we do, it's what we love, and it gets results. So, we're now arrived at the end of the episode, and of course, we've solved problems for Talkie Toaster, and we've come up with a whole bunch of great video games to be looking forward to this year. Go check them out in the video description down below. And of course, if you liked what you saw, don't forget to hit a like and a subscribe down below. It really helps us out. It doesn't cost you anything.
And if you want to interact with us, leave a comment down below. If you want us to solve a particular dilemma in the only way we know how, let us know.
And you can tickle the bell so you're aware of the next time we upload. Nice.
And finally, we're going to leave you with a silly quote because that's what Chris normally does. And as we couldn't think of one, I'm using Groucho Marx, who said, outside of a dog, a book is a man's best friend. And inside of a dog, it's 2 dogs to read. Take care.
Bye.